1. Resala currently second in at 9-2. Lapidorist is at 11-2 with Lexington Express at 7-1. Stay Sharp and also Guest House with Pimentel, they're all 15-2. 11's Born Too Bright, Time for Action at 40-1. And Yeah Boy is the longest priced here at 80s. Post time for race 2 is at 2:55. That's scheduled off time in 5 minutes. There is Pimentel on the way to post. Horse number 8, the purple and gold. Pimentel, who was a winner at Brighton last time, has got a £6 penalty for that success, but is the only winner in the field, so clearly as a threat on that basis has got her head in front before as they gather at the post. Just best turned out confirmed here as the 5 Lexington Express as they assemble at the start. Born Too Bright there, leading the runners behind the stalls. I thought was a very interesting runner actually, because has had her 3 starts to date in races that she had no chance in. They were at Epsom, Ascot and Newmarket, so all venues where she's going to bump into nice novices. So I think she might be of interest. She's shown a little bit at various times. Notice that Racing Post also mention her being a live threat here, and I've been at a couple of those races, so I think she has shown a little bit so far. Be interested to see how she goes, and clearly that horse there is fascinating. Inclusive, who now goes into a handicap with a hood on for the first time in the Chieveley Park Silks for Oisin Murphy and James Fanshawe. You're likely thinking there's going to be much better to come here today. Last couple of runners arriving down at the start, so runners getting to the post here. 3-1 favourite is Inclusive, but we have a big market mover in behind. Guest House, who's now 5-1 from the opening 11s. Might have been a shade higher than that at one point in time as well. So 5's now on Guest House, joined second in with Resala. Lapidorist and Lexington Express are both 13-2, 15-2 Stay Sharp. Pimentel, the winner, on the drift at 8-1. Born Too Bright at 10-1. 40's then Time for Action, and 80's the outsider is Yeah Boy. Now there is Guest House at the post. White and royal blue for Tom Queally, the gamble. Fascinating. There's Inclusive in the middle. Went down very steadily. Yeah Boy at the back. Claire Hobson's runner. One of the handicap newcomers, many of them in here. More money for Guest House, now 4-1, second in. 4-1 Guest House will soon perhaps be challenging for favouritism. Inclusive still 3's, but there is now only a point between them. Ready to load. Getting ever closer at the top of the betting now. Inclusive out to 7-2 with Guest House remaining 4's. Be very tight for favouritism on the off, I suspect. Blindfold is going on. Lapidorist, number 1 on the race card. The orange and pink will be one of the first forwards. Stall 9 is where she's due. Bit of encouragement required here for Lapidorist, who is halfway there. Pimentel is waiting as well. Stall number 1, so away to the right as we look down the course. Guesthouse is poised, stall number 7 for the gamble of the race. Just strengthening again before the off-inclusive, back to 130 as Guesthouse eases to 9-2. Now the turn of inclusive. Forwards to 3, Guesthouse just a little stubborn, little edgy at the moment. He's scheduled to stall number 7. A couple of handlers are moving behind to encourage. Guesthouse is now forwards. Resala coming up, stall number 2 for Ross Orion. Yeah, boy. Stall number 6 will be the next one. He's looking a little worked up as well. A couple of these just a shade on the edgy side. Market dodging around again late on. Inclusive 130. Good late money for Lexington Express now. Gone 5s from 7s into second favourite. Resala back to 11-2. And also Guesthouse has drifted all the way back out to 11-2. So lively betting heat this one. Cheers, Jason. Yeah, last couple to come forwards here. Very interesting betting, hasn't it been? All taking a turn towards the top of it. That runner about to go in. Lexington Express is the latest to see some late support. Time for action then will be the final one forwards here. Ooh, she shies away quite sharply there. Handled it really well to keep hold of her, and Luke Morris jumping out the side. He's absolutely fine, landed on feet. Those that are in the gates appear to be pretty settled. Inclusive, Oisin Murphy was just up in the framework for a moment. Just a little check of the equipment, and Morris is legged back aboard. In reverse at the moment, isn't she? Handler's trying to get behind to get some purchase. Blindfold is being called for. Not reacting too well to that, and now has clashed with the running rail, which has hit her up even further. Not sure she's going to be going. No, starter says no, so she's going to be withdrawn. They're going to go without time for action. They're off and racing. A further announcement after the race. 7 furlongs to the trip. The AKS Skip Higher Nursery handicap begins. Away to the left. Stay Sharp was sharp away from the boxes and will lead them through the first furlong. Pimentel the winner. Lexington Express, and also a very keen going Yeah Boy are the next trio of runners. Yeah Boy, the latest one to skip over that path. Orange colours of Lapidorist is next on the left-hand side, being tracked through in turn by the well-supported Guesthouse. Down into midfield is Born Too Bright. Resala is to the right of the group, and Inclusive is buried away. Nearly last, if not second to last, in the hands of Oisin Murphy. But up top, it is Stay Sharp, who continues to skip along here and has gone 2.5 lengths clear. Stay Sharp with just over 3 to cover. Cosgrave having a little glance to his left to see where the challengers are. Pimentel and Lexington Express are giving chase. On the left is Lapidorist, who's trying to wind up for a challenge. On the right will be Resala. Yeah Boy down in midfield with Born Too Bright. Inclusive, not really yet into the race. He's trying to weave through and plug on a bit. The extreme left for Guesthouse as they head inside the 2. Pimentel is trying to come through and hit the front. Stay Sharp is giving way. Lexington Express, Resala, Born Too Bright, Lapidorist, Guesthouse, not much from the back at all. Inside the furlong, it is still Stay Sharp, and on the right of that one, Pimentel locking in battle. Stay Sharp, look, done for at halfway. She's found extra. Stay Sharp to the line to win. Pimental in second, Guest House in third, Lexington Express and Born Too Bright the next pair.